Joining us is Mercy George Igbafe, digital marketing consultant and founder, Lanto. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Thank you
morning.
for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel very, very humbled and very appreciative for having me on your set.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, talk to us. As an entrepreneur, why should we use digital technology, the tools, the platforms that we find?
I like to take it from the words of my friend. He said, entrepreneurship in Nigeria, we are forced on it. We're forced to be entrepreneurs by force.
Based on circumstances.
It's based on circumstances, because if we had a choice, you would not go into entrepreneurship. Statistics shows that out of every 10 businesses that takes off, only one survives the 2-year cut. So every 10 business that starts, 9 is on their way to extinction. And the worst of it is if you're not leveraging digital technology. Some of the businesses that we know that have shut down, I mean, if you travel to the UK recently, you will notice Selfridges. They are planning on collapsing. I watched on TV yesterday, which company? T-Mobile.
Yeah.
They are laying off 35,000.
Staff.
That thanks to digital technology, because some of the jobs are taken over by robots. Bots are doing some of the jobs. So as an entrepreneur in Africa, why is it imperative for you to leverage digital technology? If you don't, you die. If you do, you survive.
How
Really?
important is digital technology?
It cannot be overemphasized. It's so important. It's your bread and butter. You cannot do business without leveraging digital platforms.
But some people can eat bread without butter.
It's because you have a choice, though. Though in hindsight, a lot of us, I mean, based on the statistics that was released, there's 90-something% penetration of mobile in Africa.
Absolutely.
But the end of the day is, how far has that device penetrated to help our
Because
businesses
people
scale?
have a challenge of internet, accessing internet, basically. Isn't
No.
that a challenge?
No, I would say yes, and I would say no.
Okay.
And I'll say no, why? Because of some of the things that I've written down here. There's a Ryan, he's 10-year-old. I mentioned on the last time I was on this show. He made $22 million. He's 10. What is he doing? Reviewing toys.
Is he in Africa?
He's in Canada. No, wait, no. I'll tell you why Africa is peculiar. Statistics that I searched on Google as of December, it shows that what we search online, which will blow your mind. If you go on your Twitter feed right now, it's entertainment that is trending. I give them credit, but it's just that entertainers have not done us a lot of favor. And I put a challenge to them. Say, for instance, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, we know him. He was not just a social activist, he was a musician. He was entertaining, but he was giving information, he was educating the people.
Absolutely.
So the problem that we have is not because we don't have talent in this country. If, say, Wizkid, which I wrote his name here, Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, is actually educating and entertaining, then because they are such influential figures, children look up to them. Say, for instance, David Ayodeji Adeleke is entertaining with his music. Till today, we are singing Fela's song because they were informational. They were educational. He was dealing with issues, not necessarily with what we have.
But the trends are changing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the trends are not changing. As much as they're changing, speak on things that somebody will look up to
Is that lucrative?
learn.
Is that lucrative?
It will be lucrative. It depends on how. These guys have massive following on social media.
Absolutely.
They have maximized the act of using digital platform to promote their craft. So why can we not infuse education? So my challenge to entertainers, which is number one thing that ranks, and entrepreneurs are not necessarily scaling. It's quite fascinating. They are both and E, entertainment and entrepreneurship. But if we can infuse that with education, leveraging digital technology, because they've maximized leveraging digital technology. If we can do that, then entrepreneurs will scale in Africa.
All right.
Definitely this conversation will continue, Mercy, but let's leave it here now. Thank you for speaking
so
with
much.
us.
Thank you.
Joining us is Mercy George Igbafe, digital marketing consultant and founder, Lanto. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank
Good
you
morning.
for joining us.
Thank you so much for
Now,
having me.
talk to us as entrepreneurs exploring the digital platform, especially when you have competitors also on the same platform. How do you make the best out of it such that your brand stands out?
Okay. I like to always start from the basis. What is digital? Digital is new media to project your marketing objectives and goals. Okay, what platforms can you best leverage on to be able to promote your brand? We all are brand. You're a brand, you're an influential brand, Veronica, so I can tell you that. So how do you best leverage that for the world to see? Number one, current statistics puts Google at 94.5% of the world's search information. So anybody that picks up your name goes to Google. By the time they type 4 letters of your name, other Veronicas will come up. So how do you best rank? So there's how to use search engine optimization. There's keywords for you to rank, so when they find you. And where can you best leverage? Thank God for social platform, which is heavily optimized. So if you maximize those platforms, i.e. Facebook, i.e. Instagram, i.e. LinkedIn, and Twitter, although Twitter is such a controversial place in Africa because what we promote is trolling and controversies, but we can leverage and make the best of it. Like I said, entertainers should educate more rather than just promote controversies that does not help. So,
because everybody has their markets.
Yes.
Talking about as a person now, is it which is best for me to leverage on? Or because as entertainers, there might be, perhaps Twitter is the best for them to leverage on. So all of this, don't you think there are differences?
No, there are. Okay, for instance, TVC has rules governing their platform.
Absolutely.
So Facebook has the rule, the best practice for you to leverage on. What kind of hashtag are you using? Who are you tagging? For Instagram, they're very big on geofilter. Many people post they don't use geofilter. Many people post they're not researching keywords that can help them to rank. So how do you best find out what to help you visible? Say Twitter. Twitter is a great platform. People are making money on Twitter. But how can you best position yourself to get that money? So for instance, I'm an influencer. I have over 1 million following. You can't directly communicate with me on Twitter unless I come on your platform and say, oh, I have a message directly to you. Can you just accept me so I can send you a message? That's when you accept. So there are strategies. What best strategy can you leverage on? Say for Instagram, Kylie Jenner, we all know, she's made a kill. She made $1 billion US dollars she became a billionaire last year. So what does she use? It's Instagram. She has a product launch. She teases you. How do you best leverage this platform for your business to be able to scale as an entrepreneur? And that's where Lentor comes in, taking you through step-by-step strategy for you to be able to position yourself. Because number one, you need to know how to position yourself on this platform for you to rank. Number two, you need to know, why am I posting? I keep saying, before you take any content online, ask these 3 questions, very fundamental. What am I posting? To whom am I targeting? And what platform will best convey my message? I can use this picture on this platform today, but the way I will connote that message on Twitter is different from the way I will send the message on Instagram. Oh. Yes, you can't use the same strategy for it.
It's easier for people to just link up Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter together. So you just post once and you're good.
But you're doing yourself disservice.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. Some people use scheduling tools to be able to schedule their content. You are doing yourself disservice because this platform, they have their organic reach. They have their organic strategy for you to be able to leverage those platforms. I used to do that, but I think it's against best practice because Twitter is a different company. Instagram, as much as is Mike Zuckerberg, he has a different strategy with Facebook. Facebook is a different strategy with Insta, so is LinkedIn. And let me just shock you.
Quickly.
Based on statistics, okay, quickly. If I tell you that Nigerians, all we do on LinkedIn is just dump our CV and not say we're done, that is the greatest mistake any entrepreneur can make.
Oh, wow. Mercy, thank you for educating us this morning.
Joining us is Mercy George Buffett, digital marketing consultant and founder, Lentor. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you once again.
Okay, so in the quest to ensure digital literacy, ensure that people use digital technology to leverage on their goods and entrepreneurial drive, you have an event coming up shortly.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
Okay, so far, Lentor is just your one-stop and trying to bridge the digital skill gap. My goal by end of 2020 to at least empower over 10,000 women to be able to leverage those platforms.
Just women?
Women, but it's not only restricted to women. Even men, I've done for men. But data that I've gathered so far, the 36% of them are women. So there are more men. but I need to reach more women because they're the ones struggling with their businesses more because they're not online. They're doing more work, but they're not visible. So this is where I come in. Currently, I have a growing ecosystem of 835 entrepreneurs within my ecosystem. And the training I'm having is breaking it down. How do you best leverage those platforms, the strategies to apply, the tools that will take away headache from you? Because one of the number one killer for them is having the right employee with the right skill set. Everybody says I can work, but when it comes to doing the job, they cannot. So I'm training you on those skill sets. If you say you're an employer, you're busy, send your best staff to come and learn these skills where they can apply. And thanks to Access Bank, they've heavily discounted it. They've heavily discounted the training, and that's why it's just 20,000. So it's not even much.
All right, we wouldn't want to be mentioning a sponsor.
I apologize.
Yeah. So, but then there's an aspect when you talk about digital tools, making use consistency. How critical is that aspect, and does one have to train with regards to that?
Yes, digital tools will take away. It will help you cut off waste. It will help you cut off where you are spending money or you shouldn't spend money. Like you have visibility to what you're doing. You can measure the performance of your employee. You can measure what sales you're doing. You can measure where your money is going into. You can measure where your money is coming in from. So those tools give you that visibility and how to best leverage this platform to be able to project your product, your brand, for it to be seen, for people to patronize. Because what's the overall goal of any business owner? Is to maximize profit. So if you're not visible, who is going to buy the product? You end up having more product, nobody to buy them.
And staying as a result, visible needs consistency.
Yes,
right?
And that's where Lentor will come in to help you gain that visibility online, best leverage those platforms so that you can be seen and noticed and your voice is heard, not just in Nigeria, even across Africa and internationally.
All right,
this event is when?
Okay. It's tomorrow. So the closing for registration is today. So it's tomorrow, and it's going to be in Ikeja. So Lentor will help you with those strategies.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you so much for having me.